care what you say. This is the only way to watch Shrek. I mean, seriously. It's a VHS tape. Dude, there's coupons in here. Hold on one second. Before we get started here, what do we got? Okay, this is a 2 for 2 croissant sandwich from Burger King. Let's see. Okay, hold on. What we got here? Every video has a prize. What? Every one of these. Look at this. I can win an original Xbox. A Game Boy Advance with a Game Boy Color edition of Shrek. Are these coupons still good? Ah, man, it expired. March 31st, 2002. Well, sometimes life is just disappointing. Could be way worse, though. You could be homeless. And, I probably put that in backward. Down here in Myrtle Beach, that's a crime. A video has been circulating my Facebook about some homeless people who got arrested. Let's take a look at this and see how we feel about it. I have not seen the whole video. I've seen bits and pieces, but it's struck a chord. So let's take a look.
It's only because they murdered Miss Jean.
Alright, so this is next to a coffee shop. This is their parking lot. As you can see, they're escorting people off into...
All these people came here to get food today. They came to get food, to get water, because there's nowhere on Saturdays or Sundays to feed people. So now they're arresting everybody that's sitting in or around this parking lot. They came to Fresh Brewed to get food and water today, and here we are.
Fresh Brew is the name of the coffee lot. I actually, I've been there once. I'm not a coffee drinker. I think I went there for something else. A church was doing something there. But it's right next to City Hall. That building over here to the left on the screen here is City Hall. So you can see why the police are.
You want to watch too? I got you as well. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. Good to see you. Like I don't know who you are. They came to get food and water today because Community Kitchen is not open on Saturday and Sunday, and here we are again today. After I have it in writing that we could use this parking lot on nights and weekends for events that are in our building.
Okay, before we get going on the rest of that. So what you just saw was a bunch of homeless people being arrested for loitering. That's a fancy way of saying we want to... Loitering laws generally only affect homeless and maybe teenagers. That's what they're for. Therefore, they're there to get rid of nuisance. And I understand. But, one, that is a city parking lot that the coffee shop had permission to use on nights and weekends. And from what I gather, it was after closing of the coffee shop. So the police were like, well, you're closed, so how are you offering them any services? Well, I'm going to play devil's advocate for the police here for a minute here. The argument by the police is since they are there after hours, they have no business there, therefore they're loitering. We should arrest them. Mainly because they're next to the city hall. The area where they're at, around the area of Myrtle Beach, is nothing but homeless. It's homeless down there a lot. They hang out usually they used to hang out across the street from the city hall, which is where a farmer's market is. They used to hang out over there. I guess they finally got kicked out over there. So that's the thing. Now the brew people, the Fresh Brew coffee people, say, no, well, we were feeding them. They were customers, and they offered to help clean up after. They volunteered to help clean up. I don't see how these charges would stick if even a public defender lawyer was to just step in and go, well, they had permission to be there by the business, therefore they technically weren't loitering. But the police don't really care. These are the loitering arrests aren't there to put you in jail. They are, but they're not there to keep you in jail for a long period of time. They're there really to get you in jail and out of the way for one night. That's generally what they try to do, and that's what they succeeded in doing. They don't really care if they're wrong or right. That's why they do it. They get you off the street for 5 minutes, and then, oh, well, look how clean our city hall is. It is beautiful. That's the way it should be. And it happens everywhere. A news article, I think, goes in a little bit more depth. Let's see if they have anything here. I'm not going to go and show you the news article. It's from My Horry News. Horry County is the name of the county that city of Myrtle Beach is in, for your information. The coffee shop supports the homeless population in the city and offers services to people living on the streets, which includes support meetings and a weekly food bank. Now, the woman who posted the video, her name is Kate Curran. She has a Facebook that has actually a lot of reels. Definitely worth checking out. I have not seen any of her other videos, so, I mean, if you see something weird, I only know about this one video, but seems like a nice person just trying to, show, hey, this is not right. They volunteered to help her clean up after closing, which is what I said. Now, the police station for this area is not far. You can walk there. Like, it is a block and a half down the road. Like, it is not far. Myrtle Beach police have been known to, on occasion, just really be sticklers for every little thing. And they will go after you. Let's see. She tried to explain that they were closed to the police, and they were there helping her clean up, which is what I said. And because they replied that because they were closed, they were officially loitering. Loitering. Okay. How long is loitering? What is the definition? And this is why they don't care. This is a gray area of law that you just can't go, oh, well, like I said, I'm not a lawyer. But this is a gray area of the law here, and I think they use that to their advantage. The city wants the homeless people gone. They can't get them gone, and they've been trying to get rid of them for years. They find a way. They'll cut down the trees, the wooded lots wherever they go hang out and put their tents up. They've been moving them away as much as they can, but now they're just in the city because you've cut down all the trees, so now there's no place for them to go but right down the street from you. It really does suck. All right, Curran says, let's see. As a result, officers made several arrests related to violations including open containers of alcohol, drinking in public, loitering, and other offenses. Officers also located and safely recovered a person who had been reported missing while at the scene. Usually when they say that, it usually means it's a person who decided to be homeless. And I know some people who know these people and have talked to them. One of the guys, I don't think it's one of these people here, but some of the other homeless down in Myrtle Beach, some of them are like, you would not be surprised. One of them is a big-time lawyer who just snapped one day. And just, it was too much for him. Life, the real world was too much, and he's just like, I can't do it anymore. You could give him a house, and I'm pretty sure he'd say no. I don't think he wants to come back into society. And those are mental problems, usually. Although, these days, I can understand why somebody wouldn't want to come back into society. But typically, it's a mental problem. These people they need help. And I think arresting them is probably not the best way to do it. This is a problem that is complicated, multifaceted, and every city and every municipality across this country has similar issues. It's not easy to get people like this help. They generally don't want it. That's kind of the point. Let's see what else we got here. Ms. Curran says we are going to get every one of them released. They shouldn't be locked up like that for something like loitering. Let's see. A comment from one of the people down the road has been reported in saying that one of the business, an employee who works down the street from the coffee shop says, I think Fresh Brewed are trying to help. I really think their intentions are good, but there have been a lot of problems around here. The homeless population can be a problem. I'm not saying that it's not a bad idea to try and clean up the streets here, but these are people. Remember, they are people. Let's see. Myrtle Beach Police Department issued a statement on its Facebook page saying that its officers were conducting keep checks when they detected the odor of marijuana in the area. Seriously? That's it? Can you do that at my house? Golly. I mean, most of my neighbors are a bunch of potheads. It stinks. I'm sorry. If you smoke weed, you smell. No one likes the smell. You just stink. Let's see. From February 1st of this year to August 9th, Myrtle Beach police arrested 369 people for loitering. Myrtle Beach Police and Fire responded to 205 calls for service near the Fresh Brewed location. Near the Fresh Brewed location. That's near City Hall. You can say that too. It is the same parking lot. You can park at Fresh Brewed and go to City Hall. It is literally the same parking lot. Oh, gosh. You know, the government sometimes is its own worst enemy. These could have been handled differently. They wanted these people off the streets. That's what it is. They want them in jail because, well, we can't get them to change and not be homeless. Well, we'll put them in jail. I'd rather you not. You know how expensive it is to put somebody in jail? It'd be cheaper to go buy them a hotel room. And in Myrtle Beach, I guarantee you there are plenty of hotels that are only suitable for the homeless. There's a reason why people who come to Myrtle Beach typically stay in only the top resorts or rent a house. That's what you do. You do not stay in a Fleabag hotel in Myrtle Beach. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's dangerous. It's bad. I won't go into too much detail because I have some more first-hand knowledge than most people would. But it's a buyer beware market when it comes to hotels. And check your elevators. Make sure they're inspected. And even then, they're probably not. I could get it I will do a whole video on elevator safety because it's kind of the industry I'm in, and I have a lot to say about it, and we have some things to go over. But yeah, let's see if there's anything else here before we move on. Let's see here. I don't know if she has anything else on her profile here. Looks like this is the same video. I'm going to mute that and yeah, I don't think so. Let's see. I'll be honest. This looks like her page looks like a liberal. You can kind of get that sense. I mean, most coffee shop people are liberal. Let's be honest. But that means that she's wrong. Okay, she did post one video here of all the arrests made. And when was that? That was a day ago. Let's take a look at this because this is Myrtle Beach. Just saying. You know, I can't quite figure it out, but something about this feels like all these people are related in some way. I don't know what it is. I just can't put my finger on it. Nope. Can't put my finger on it. The guy has like the coolest hairstyle ever. The bald and the top sides, kind of awesome. I'll give him that. Yeah. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Statistically, that's generally what you're going to find, but isn't that interesting? It is Myrtle Beach. It is South Carolina. Not saying that they are, but let's just say this doesn't make it look better. In fact, a good lawyer, well, maybe not a good lawyer, but a talented lawyer would probably be able to use this for a lawsuit against the police department for racism. Wouldn't be a bad start. The people, the government should fear the people. That's the whole point. When they arrest you for loitering, it's not because they fear you. The government should fear you. That's the whole thing. Now, obviously, I'm not saying do anything crazy or stupid, but the government should have a natural fear of the people, and that's why it's important that you have an armed population. The government of England or United Kingdom does not fear its people. That's why you have no freedom of speech there. You know, people say, there's a video going around of, the guy from Dumb and Dumber, not Jim Carrey, but the other guy, giving a whole speech about how There's a lot of freedom in all these other countries. He's wrong. There isn't. America's free. In England, you can get arrested for having your dog do a Nazi salute. That's a real thing. You should look that up. I am not kidding. Totally true. It's important to hold on to your freedom because you can't, once you let go of it, you can't get it back. Not short of without warfare. But nobody wants that. Huh. Before we get going here, I do have one last thing to look up. I wonder if there's an exemption to loitering for... exemption. Let's see here. All right, let's take a look. This was, this was 2017. This is an article from WBTW. Would be Kitty Baby Whiners. That's what that stands for. It doesn't. Let's see. Bans loitering and crowding in public areas. City councils passed a law banning begging, panhandling, and sitting or lying on public sidewalks. City leaders have discussed instating those laws since finally shooting on Ocean Boulevard that went viral 2 months ago. Gosh, this is a long time ago. Anything interesting? There are exceptions as to when people can sit on public sidewalks. Law doesn't apply to big public events, parades, rallies. Does not apply to people in wheelchairs or others with health disabilities. Interesting. I think these laws, while I understand what they're trying to do, don't actually protect anyone and likely can be challenged under the First Amendment. You have a right to peaceably assemble, particularly in public areas. That's the point. So I wonder, has anyone ever challenged this? Before I end this today, I do want to know. Let's take a look. And it looks like somebody else has already typed it in. Let's take a look. The AI states many traditional loitering and vagrancy laws are unconstitutional. Courts frequently strike them down because they violate the U.S. Constitution. However, narrow and specific anti-loitering ordinances can still be legal if they target clear criminal intent. Under free speech center analysis, laws fail if an average person cannot easily understand what behavior is forbidden. Words like wandering or loitering without purpose give police too much personal guesswork. Very true. This violates the 14th Amendment due process rights. Let's see. Fourth Amendment broad rules apply to police to stop and search people without real proof of a crime. Stop and frisk is so unconstitutional. And if it's not, it should be. Courts allow laws that require proof of a specific illegal goal. An example is loitering explicitly meant to buy drugs or commit prostitution. Blocking access law bans lingering to block traffic, doorways, or business operations can be valid. Owners can ask people to leave private property, and police can enforce trespass rules on private property. This is now most loitering rules apply to public property. Wow. Yeah, I am of the stance that loitering laws are. I'm going to say that I believe that these are unconstitutional. I'm going to go ahead and stand on that side of the aisle. It probably is a more liberal stance, but hey, just because I vote for Trump doesn't mean I am not a liberal. In some cases, yeah, the government shouldn't have this kind of power. It shouldn't. This is wrong, very wrong. If it's public property, then it's everyone's. And I understand why. You don't want your city looking bad because you have homeless people everywhere. Oh, gosh. It's so dirty. Why can't we just build a wall around it? We're not Brazil. We can't do that. It's called fixing the actual problems in society. No one actually wants to do that because why? It's hard. This is easy. You just throw them in jail. It looks clean for a few days. Oh, problem solved. I know you broke your arm, but don't worry. We put a really big shirt around it. No one will ever be able to tell it's broken. But it's still broken. Yeah, it might be still broken, but nobody can tell. And that's what's important. Appearances matter, particularly in Myrtle Beach when you're a tourist town. It's a great place. I'm not saying Myrtle Beach is a bad place. You should check it out. It is great. But be careful. Like many big cities, it's a big little city. It's a city of maybe 20,000 people with 14 million visiting every year. So it's big and small at the same time. But it is worth traveling to, but you have to be careful. And there's a reason that these homeless people are arrested. There's a lot of crime down here. Ironically enough, not as much as you would think. It gets the nickname Myrtle Beach. It's not, but it's not without some merit. But anyway, what do you guys think? Loitering, good, bad? What do you think? Should it be a law against? Should there be laws against it? I'd like to see laws taken down. I like seeing the government lose. It's just something that just warms my heart. But what do you guys think? Let me know, and you guys have a blessed day.